What's up, everybody? Let me turn this music down. Y'all like that non-copyrighted music, man? It's the only thing I can play. I would play some good stuff, but YouTube doesn't allow it. But what's up, everybody? We got 6 NBA games tonight. Should be a fun slate. Some injury news still pending that we'll have to keep an eye on. It's not a ton of injury news today, but Jimmy Butler's questionable in that Warriors game that starts at 11 o'clock. I don't know what the NBA thought with this deal they have with Peacock. Starting games at 11 o'clock Eastern time is absurd. But yeah, there's a Jimmy Butler questionable in that Warriors game. Yves Missy's questionable for the Pelicans. That kind of matters a little bit, especially since Zion's not playing now. They're going to be really thin at big at center if they don't have Yves Missy. And then Paul George's questionable, Quentin Grimes questionable, Donovan Clingan's questionable, but there's not like a huge like star player that's questionable that we're really waiting on, unless you consider Jimmy Butler that. But yeah, guys, it's another stream. We're probably going to be live for probably like 30 minutes today. It's going to be a quicker stream. I didn't even know this, but yesterday when I was planning on streaming later. I was planning on streaming later today, and then I didn't even remember that me and my fiance had dinner plans. We got somewhere we got to be, so it's going to be a quick stream. We're probably going to be live till like 5:30, so like 25-30 minutes. But if you guys have questions for tonight, feel free to throw them in chat. These streams are typically going to be like Q&A based, so like you guys throw out questions, I'll answer them. We'll probably try and build out a slip too every day. There will definitely be days where there's like a lot of injury news and we can build out slips as injury news comes out. I don't know if that's going to be today because it's a smaller slate and there's not as much injury news, but there will definitely be days, when we have a big slate, a lot of injury news, and there will be some really good value we'll be able to find. Don't know if that'll be today, but we'll see what kind of comes up over the next 30 minutes or so. But what's up, guys? Hope you guys all had a good Monday. We our stream slip that we gave out yesterday was not great. It went. I think we had 5 picks. It went 2 and 5. We hit Keyshawn George over 4.5 assists. That was a YouTube play, and we hit Brandon Williams under fantasy. But then we took Tobias Harris over fantasy. That missed. Tobias Harris shot like 2 for 10 or 2 for 12, some shit yesterday. What else do we have? We had LaMelo over 2.5 threes, which lost by the hook. LaMelo shot 2 for 6 from 3. And then we had Keontae George under fantasy, which lost. Keontae had a good game yesterday. So our stream slip yesterday was a loser, but we're gonna try and build out a winner today for sure. Somebody asked, should we take the hockey taco? I think you should almost always take every discount. And I know that not every discount's gonna hit, but in the end they're good discounts. Like you're getting the sports books. I know the hockey, I don't even follow hockey, so I couldn't tell you anything about this player. But his last 5, obviously there's a lot of red, but I have no idea why. I don't even know how hockey works. Was he not playing much time on ice? Is that what they call it? I couldn't tell you. But the sports books are saying his 50-50 line should be 21.5, and you're getting it at 17.5. So it's a good value regardless. If it hits or if it doesn't hit, it is what it is. I think there's a Twitter account, and I'm gonna try and find it. It's like a Prizepicks taco tracker. This account. I don't know who runs this account, but they track every taco. And let's see. For 2025, the tacos 102 wins, 35 losses, 4 reboots, 1 push. So I mean, what's that? Like a 80% hit rate? Let me see. I'll do the math on that real quick. 102, 40. Let's see, out of 142. I mean, yeah, that's over a 70% hit rate. So I mean, the tacos are still good bets, in my opinion. I would take them, every day if you can. And we'll probably throw the taco in there since we have time till it goes away. So our stream slip that we built out today will include the taco. If you don't want to take the taco, or if you've already used your max amount on the taco, then you can just take that out. But we'll start off with that, and then we'll kind of build some plays as we go. I might throw in a couple plays I like, and then maybe we'll get some plays from the chat and put those in as well. VJ more than 1.5 threes along with Rudy Gobert, 10.5 points. Yeah, Gobert's in a really good matchup against the Pelicans, but God, the spread in that game is really wide. Like, what's the spread right now? 12.5. Like, I do worry, can the Pelicans keep it close without Zion? I'm not confident. So, like, the only thing that worries me about Gobert tonight is just he doesn't get full minutes, but this is a good matchup for Gobert with how Gobert produces. Like, Gobert's going to get his production from scoring around the rim, which is where the Pelicans give up a lot of points, and then he's going to get his production on the glass, and that's where the Pelicans struggle. They're a really bad rebounding team. So, like, I think it's a good matchup for Gobert. If you told me Gobert had a good game tonight, I wouldn't be surprised. I do worry about blowout risk in that game. And then VJ Edgecombe threes. Yeah, I'm a little torn on Sixers guys right now because Quentin Grimes is questionable, Paul George is questionable. If both Quentin Grimes and Paul George are out, that's really good for VJ Edgecombe because he's going to play a lot of minutes if Paul George and Quentin Grimes are both out. And obviously, it's a great matchup. I mean, the Wizards, that's like one of the best matchups you can get. But you asked about his 1.5 threes. Where's that at on Prizepicks? Let's see. See if I can find that. Do they have a three-pointers made prop? Am I missing it? Oh, I guess is it a demon line? Oh, well, they only have him at either demon or goblin lines. They don't have him at 1.5. He's been making threes, though, lately. I wonder if he's been taking a lot of threes. Let's see. Let me take a look at his game log. And I'm pretty sure the Wizards, like, they give up a lot of threes. They give up a lot of everything because they just suck defensively. But they definitely give up a lot of threes. I mean, yeah, VJ's been taking, let's see, 4 threes, 4, 6, 6, 8, 6. Like, he's been taking a good amount of threes. I don't hate that play. And obviously, like I said, if Paul George and Quentin Grimes are both out, that's going to be really good for VJ. Julius Randle over 6.5 rebounds is a great value. Could be. We talked about that's a good rebounding matchup for sure with how the Pelicans get killed on the boards. Just really worry about the blowout risk in that game. Yeah, the Timberwolves should have a big time like rebounding advantage in this game for sure. If Pirtle plays 30 minutes, you like Pirtle 19.5 PR. Pirtle's minutes have been going up lately. He's been kind of missing games here and there because of like they've been resting him on back-to-backs and stuff, but he's played over 30 minutes now in back-to-back games. And Pirtle's always been a good like producer when he gets minutes. Against Portland, I mean, I think the matchup's okay. If Donovan Clingan doesn't play, then the Trailblazers will probably play like small ball with Jeremy Grant the 5, and that's definitely a spot that Pirtle could take advantage of. So I don't mind Pirtle. His PR, you said it was 19.5. It's 20.5 now. But yeah, if you got it at 19.5, that was definitely a good play for sure. Best under for today? Let's see. We hit a couple unders yesterday with the Brandon Williams under fantasy. That was pretty much sweat free. Brandon Williams like barely played yesterday. Looking at some fantasy scores. So there's a couple fantasy scores I like today. They're overs and not unders. For unders, let's see. I feel like Sadiq Bey is... I feel like he's due for some regression. He's had some huge games lately. And obviously, the Pelicans are really short-handed right now without, Zion. But the matchup's like really bad against Minnesota. It's a game that has a lot of blowout risk. Like, honestly, I kind of like taking some Sadiq Bey unders here. I see that the public's kind of high on Sadiq Bey just because of what he's been doing lately. Like, his points prop is very popular on Prizepicks. His PRA, like, everyone's high on Sadiq Bey tonight. I feel like this could be the spot where Sadiq Bey lets everybody down. So, I kind of like Sadiq Bey under fantasy. I think his the projections I look at have him for like 28 too. Yeah, they have him for 28. That's what I kind of like. We'll see though if I put that in the stream slip. I'll have to look more into it. It's always hard like finding plays like on the spot. I guess I should like already have plays in mind when I come on the stream. I got a couple in mind, but they're not unders, and I got asked for some unders. Celtics versus Knicks. What do you think about Karl-Anthony Towns going under 11 rebounds? So the Knicks have changed up their starting lineup. They've been playing Karl-Anthony Towns at center and bringing Mitchell Robinson off the bench. If I had to guess, that's gonna help Towns' rebounding numbers. His rebounding numbers have been bad lately, which doesn't make a lot of sense because if he's playing less minutes alongside Mitchell Robinson, that should be good for him for rebounding. So, like, he played 31 minutes against Toronto. It looks like that was a blowout. They won by 22. He played 36 minutes against Milwaukee, 32 against Charlotte. Like, he's had some decent rebounding spots lately and hasn't come through. But, Cat under 11 rebounds, like, I don't know. I think it's okay. I don't love it. For what it's worth, last time they played Boston, he had 13 rebounds. That was earlier this season. I don't think Boston's typically like a bad rebounding matchup because they do a pretty good job keeping guys off the glass. But without, they don't have Porzingis anymore. They don't have Al Horford anymore. Like, I think Boston's actually been a team that will give up rebounds. Like, they're top 10 in rebounds allowed to centers. I don't know about the Cat under rebounds. If you like that, play it. It's one that I'm just a little hesitant on. Do you still play NFL or NBA DFS? I do occasionally, RD. NFL, like I'll play the Sunday main slates. I don't play like the single game slates anymore, but I will play Sunday NFL. And then NBA DFS, I really don't play NBA DFS anymore. It's very, it's just hard to play NBA DFS. You have to put so much time into it. Like, you have to be at your computer pretty much all night because if there's injury news, like, you've got to be ready to change your lineups. And, like, I try and spend some time with my fiance. She's gone all day, so, like, when she comes home, it's the first time I'm getting to see her all day. So, like, I just don't want to be at my computer all day, all night. And to play NBA DFS, you kind of have to be. So I've kind of taken a break from NBA DFS, but I do still play NFL, the Sunday slates for sure. Wolves have blown so many games late this year. Finch will play starters until final 4 minutes no matter what. That is possible. Like, some coaches are different for when it comes to blowouts. Some coaches are very quick to pull the plug when their teams are blowing other teams out. Some coaches will leave the guys in there till the final few minutes. And typically, the team that is winning by a lot, they're going to keep their guys in the game longer. Versus, like, when the team that's getting blown out, typically the team that's getting blown out will pull the plug quickly. Like we saw, it cost us last night. We had a DeAndre Ayton prop. And the Lakers were getting blown out. I think they were down by 22 with like 5 minutes left, and JJ Redick pulled the plug. But then the Suns kept all their guys in for like till the final 2 or 3 minutes. So you might be right there. Like, even if it's a blowout, like Minnesota might keep their guys in for, the final few minutes at least. Yesterday didn't hit, but today's a new day. What we got, Brody? We'll build something for sure, DJ. Again, we'll maybe throw a couple plays in from the chat, but I'll try and throw out some plays I like as well. We'll start off with the hockey taco since it's available, and then we'll kind of throw a couple plays in with that. Again, we'll probably be live for, it's going to be a quick stream today. It's only going to be like 15 more minutes, but we'll definitely build out a couple plays that I like that we can pair with the hockey taco. Okay, we just got word Paul George, Andre Drummond, Quentin Grimes are all game time decisions. So doesn't help us. Jaylen Brown, Sadiq Bey, Devin Vassell's fantasy score, and Keldon Johnson PRA thank me later. You like the Sadiq Bey over? I'm a little hesitant on the Sadiq Bey over, honestly. I feel like this could be the spot where Sadiq Bey lets everybody down, but we'll see. He's been balling lately for sure. What's been your most profitable method for long-term winning with parlays? For NBA, by far, in my opinion, the most profitable way to be profitable, the easiest way to be profitable in NBA is late injury news. When players get ruled out, there is a huge edge on taking props on the players who benefit. Like, for example, if let's say tonight Jimmy Butler gets ruled out, the guy that's most likely going to benefit in terms of a increase in minutes, increase in opportunity is probably going to be Jonathan Kuminga. I would assume Jonathan Kuminga would start if Jimmy Butler got ruled out. So like Jonathan Kuminga props, I would be ready to play throughout the night. Like, we don't know, who knows when we're going to get the news on Jimmy Butler. But, like, I would have stuff ready just to play. The problem with that, the problem with betting injury news stuff is that the books will limit you because they know it's a sharp way to make money. And that's been a problem for me. It's like I can't get money down anywhere because I just get limited everywhere I go. I've played on like 4 different DFS apps now. I'm limited on Prizepicks. I'm limited on Underdog. I'm playing on Better now. I still can get money down on Better. I don't know for how long, but we'll see. Playing on Sleeper. I can still get some money down on Sleeper. But I've made so much money in NBA from late injury news, like being able to, bet into guys, whether it's a player that's questionable, if I have a good feeling they're not going to play or they are going to play, taking advantage of prop lines that way you can make some big time money for NBA for sure that way. No Alex Sarr, Bagley 23.5 PRAs, played 28 plus minutes starting. Yeah, Bagley's historically been a pretty good producer when he gets minutes. Like, he's a guy that can, at least fill up the stat sheet. Now, is he like a great NBA player? Probably not. But, like, he's a guy that can score and he can rebound. I think last night he did pretty well as a starter because he started last night in place of Alex Sarr. Let's see. He played 29 minutes, had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. The game before that, he played 30 minutes, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Like, Bagley's a guy that can produce for sure. Like, if you told me Bagley played over 30 minutes tonight, I would like some of his prop lines. It's just the Wizards are like one of these teams that there's nothing is for certain with the Wizards. They they can just run a deep rotation. It's a back-to-back as well. Like, they could run a 12-man rotation tonight, and I would not be surprised. But yeah, if you told me Bagley played over 30 minutes, I feel like he would go over a lot of his lines. Like, his fantasy score at 28.5, I think, looked kind of interesting. His PRA, 23.5, also interesting. Bagley's been getting some steals and blocks this year, so I actually think if I was going to take a prop on Bagley, I'd look at his fantasy score at 28.5. Do you like any Denny props tonight? Man, Denny Avia's been balling this year. He's been playing incredibly well. Matchup against Toronto, I think, is fine. It's just that, like, his lines are so inflated now because he's been playing so well. Like, you're not getting... The market has definitely adjusted for Denny Avia's role. Like, his PRA is 39.5. I think at the beginning of the year, Denny Avia's lines were, like, in the high 20s, like, in terms of his PRA. But, like, without Drew Holiday, I mean, they're running the offense through Denny. And, like, last game, without Donovan Clingan, Denny had, like, a shit ton of rebounds. He had 19 rebounds last game without Donovan Clingan. I mean, because they're going to play small ball if Clingan's out again, and Denny probably is going to feast on the glass. So, like, that's definitely one you could look at. Like, if you have... So, we talked about, paying attention to injury news. If you have injury alerts on your phone, be ready to play Denny Avia over 7 rebounds if Donovan Clingan gets ruled out. If Donovan Clingan gets ruled out, I like Denny Avia over 7 rebounds for sure. That would probably be my favorite prop, honestly. Is Cam Whitmore over 0.5 dunks a good pick? Ooh, dunk props are tough, man. I kind of talked about those yesterday. Like, I don't know where there's data that you can find on dunk props. Unless you're just basing it off his last 5 games, which he has been dunking a lot. Philadelphia, I want to say they're giving up a good amount of points in the paint this year, especially without Embiid. Let's see where they are. Philadelphia, they're 18th in points in the paint allowed, so they're bottom half of the league. If Keyshawn George doesn't play, he's questionable for the Wizards. If he doesn't play, that's going to be good for Cam Whitmore, and that would probably mean more minutes for Cam Whitmore. So, like, if you wanted to play that, I don't hate it, because then if Keyshawn George gets ruled out, you're going to be in a good spot there, or at least for more minutes. Now, does that mean he's going to have a dunk? I don't know, but he would at least be on the floor for more minutes, which is what you want, I guess. What do you think of the strategy of 5 small payout bets parlayed for 3.5 payout? I'm assuming you mean, like, taking 5 goblins for like a low payout, and I would almost never recommend doing that. That's probably one of the worst slip types that you can play, is taking a lot of alt lines and then getting like taking 5 alt lines for plus 200 or something, plus 300. Like, sure, every leg in that parlay you're going to feel good about, whether it's Tyrese Maxey for 20 points or 25 points, Andre Drummond for 6 rebounds, like stuff that you would obviously feel good about hitting. But the problem is every single one of those legs has to hit. And if one of them misses, you lose everything. So it's just like when you're playing so many legs for such a little payout, I think those are just terrible ways to sports bet. And I'm sure the math behind that as well would agree. Usually alt lines are going to be terrible because the books can just juice alt lines to the moon and people will still play them. Any one-way market where you can't take unders, like you can only take the over, those are naturally going to favor the books and not the user. You almost never see me take like demons and goblins on Prizepicks, me personally. If y'all want to take them, go ahead, but mathematically, like, they're not plays you should be taking because the majority of the time they're not going to be good for your slip. The one time when goblins can be good is, I've talked about this in my Discord, if you have like a play that's really good because of injury news. For example, if Jimmy Butler gets ruled out tonight and you're able to get Jonathan Kuminga overs before they adjust the lines, you can pair those with just a goblin and have a really profitable slip because you're getting a play. You know, the Kuminga prop, for example, would be a really good play, and it kind of outweighs the negative EV goblin that you have in your lineup. But it's 5:25, so we need to start building some slips because I'm probably only going to be live for like 5 or 10 more minutes. So let's talk through some plays I'm liking for tonight, and if you guys have plays that you like, throw them in chat, and I might pick 1 or 2 from the chat. But a couple plays that I like tonight. So we talked about how Kaishan George is questionable. If he doesn't play, I think that really benefits Bilal Coulibaly. I didn't give this out on my Patreon, but it's a prop that I do like for today. Bilal Coulibaly over 23.5 fantasy. So he's been playing more minutes lately. Let's see. I want to say he's played like over 30 minutes now in like 3 straight games. Yeah, 34, 31, 32 minutes. He's a guy that can stuff the stat sheet. Like, he can get steals and blocks, which is huge for Prizepicks because you want those 3 points for blocks and steals. His last few games, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 steals, 1 block. He's been scoring a little bit, rebounding a little bit, getting a little bit of assist. Bilal's historically been a guy, like, if you give him 30 minutes, he can go over fantasy, 23.5 fantasy. And if Kaishan George is out, that's going to be even better for his minutes. If Kaishan George plays, I still like this prop. So this is one that I'm pretty high on, and I think it could look even better if Kaishan George doesn't play. So Bilal Coulibaly over 23.5 fantasy, that's a play I like. We'll throw that in the stream slip for today. And then there's a couple of my Patreon plays that I gave out earlier. Didn't really bump a lot. I guess I could throw those in here as well, but I try not to play stuff like multiple times. And then, yeah, the Sadiq Bey under. We kind of talked about that one. But this will be for sure a play in our stream slip. And then I might take a play from the chat. So somebody throw a play you like, and I might throw that in there. We might do just like a 3-pick today. We did a 5-pick yesterday. It felt forced. Today we might just do like a 3-pick. Hey, no, love the content. What do you think of Gobert over 10.5 rebounds? What is your favorite play tonight? My favorite play tonight is probably the Andre Drummond prop that I gave out on Patreon. So we took Andre Drummond over 25 fantasy. The line only bumped half a point. But Joel Embiid's out tonight. Andre Drummond should start. He's been starting in the games that Embiid has missed as of late. If you look at his last 5 games, there's obviously a lot of red. But this game against Milwaukee, he fouled out, I think. Let me see. Pretty sure that was the game he fouled out. Let's see. Yeah, he fouled out in 18 minutes against Milwaukee. And then he had a huge game against Miami. Against Orlando, he only played 22 minutes because it was a blowout. The game against Brooklyn, he was crushing. He had 16 fantasy points in 10 minutes and then got injured. And then last game against Atlanta, Joel Embiid played, so Drummond came off the bench, and then Drummond got injured. He only played 5 minutes and then got injured. But Drummond's fantasy score line last time Embiid was expected to be out was against Atlanta. Embiid was not supposed to play against Atlanta, and then he wound up playing. They had Drummond lined at 31.5 fantasy against Atlanta with Embiid expected to be out. So I feel like 25.5 is just, especially against the Wizards, one of the best matchups possible for centers. Maybe the sportsbook market is not confident in Drummond's minutes since he's been banged up lately. He's been injured. But if Drummond's starting, I think he's playing like at least 23, 24 minutes, and he's a great point per minute player. So I really like Drummond fantasy. That's probably my favorite play today. But since I already played it, I'm probably not going to put it in the stream slip because, again, I just don't like taking stuff multiple times. Yeah, we should get some injury updates in the next minute because the injury report updates every hour. So at 5:30, we might get some injury updates. So we'll stay on the stream at least for that. And I'm going to pick one play from chat. Let's see. The guy that gave out the Pirtle prop, I like that one. Especially if Donovan Clingan doesn't play. I think it's a good matchup for Jakob Pirtle. He gave out he gave out 19.5 PR, which bumped. I guess we could look at PRA. That might be better than taking, because I think Pirtle got like 9 assists last game, and he's historically been a guy that can get some assists. Yeah, he had 9 assists last game. Shoo. It's an 8-point difference between his PRA and his fantasy. Pirtle can get steals and blocks. Ooh, I'm torn on that one. Okay, I could run like a poll. Let's do a poll real quick. Which prop do you guys prefer? 22.5 PRA on Pirtle or 30.5 fantasy? Let's see, I'm gonna do this. See if I can do this. All right, I started a poll. See if y'all can answer that. Everyone in chat, throw in your answer. Which prop do you like more? We're taking over between those two, but Pirtle PRA or Pirtle fantasy. Okay, majority's voting PRA right now. We'll see. I'll leave that up for a few seconds. Someone said Bub Carrington first half PRA. Bub Carrington would definitely benefit if Kaishan George got ruled out. I get he probably would start for Kaishan George. I don't know. They might start Cam Whitmore, but it probably would be Bub. If Kaishan George is out and Bub Carrington starts, there's probably some value in those first half props because I'm assuming those are not set like he is starting. I don't hate that. Okay, majority of people are definitely voting PRA for Pirtle. So let's throw in Jakob Pirtle 22.5 PRA over. Somebody put in his PR in the chat, got bumped, but the PRA is still there. So those are two plays I like for sure today. This might be just what we run. I don't know if I don't want to try and force it, and throw a bunch of plays out there and then, I want to put in stuff that I'm at least somewhat confident in. I really like the Bilal play, and then the Pirtle play I do like as well that somebody put in chat. So this will be our official stream slip of the day. We're going to take the NHL Taco. We're going to pair it with Bilal Coulibaly over 23.5 fantasy and Jakob Pirtle over 22.5 PRA. We'll do a power play for 6x. I don't know how much money you guys can get down on tacos, $5, whatever. If you can get down $5, you can put your $5 on it. So let me see. I'm going to put mine in real quick. So let's see. And we didn't get any injury updates on the 5:30 injury report, so that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So Coulibaly and Pirtle, 22.5 PRA. Let's do it. $5 to win $30. Let's go. Official stream slip of the day. The stream slip yesterday was terrible, but this one's gonna hit. I like this one. I feel good about it. Where does I want to check the sportsbook market where they have Pirtle's PRA juiced at. If they have a PRA prop up for him. Okay, so DraftKings has him favored -127 over 22.5 PRA, so that makes me feel even better. The sportsbook odds are favoring the over there. Yeah, we didn't get any updates on the 5:30 injury report. I guess I could pull it up on my computer, but typically Underdog would would post it if there was an update. Let's see here. So this is the official 5:30 injury report. Kaishan George is still questionable. Andre Drummond still questionable. Paul George still questionable. Quentin Grimes still questionable. Donovan Clingan still questionable. Anything else? Jimmy Butler. Is Jimmy Butler still questionable? Yeah, Jimmy's still questionable. Yeah, we didn't get any updates on the 5:30 injury report. Oh well. Hopefully, for our Bilal Coulibaly play, hopefully Keyshawn George gets ruled out, because that'll be good for Bilal. And then hopefully Donovan Clingan gets ruled out, because that's going to be good for Pirtle. If we have injury news break our way here, I really feel good about this slip for sure. So yeah, guys, this will be our official stream slip of the day. Again, guys, it was a short stream today. I'm probably going to wrap it up here. I didn't get a lot of questions in today, and I'm sorry if you asked questions and I didn't answer them, but me and my fiance, we got dinner reservations that we got to go to. We got to drive. We got to be there at 7 o'clock, and it's an hour drive, so we got to get there on time, hopefully. But appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Again, I know it was a short stream, but I have a ton of fun doing these streams with you guys. Just chilling, answering questions, hopefully building out some slips that are going to make us some money. It's a lot of fun. So I'll be live tomorrow for sure. It'll probably be later tomorrow. We went live at 5 today. I think my fiance just got home. We went live at 5 today. We'll probably be live at like 6 tomorrow. So hope to see you guys in the stream tomorrow. Best of luck tonight, guys. Let's all win some money, and I'll see you.